Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the weekly report. Hamas's victory. Those who called Hamas's attack on Israel's 9/11, were more accurate than anybody realized. Just as the U.S. reacted to 9/11 by fulfilling Osama bin Laden's wish that the U.S. would get bogged down in a no-win war, Israel's reaction to the Hamas attack fulfills Hamas's likely goal of radicalizing more Palestinians. The result of Hamas's attack will be to strengthen the most extreme elements of both sides of the conflict. Given the strong support for Israel among both major political parties, it is not surprising that, following the attacks, many politicians rushed to the microphones to proclaim their support for U.S. assistance for Israel. President Biden announced the U.S. would send military aid to Israel, while Congress is drafting legislation providing about $2 billion in emergency military assistance to Israel. Even most of the growing number of representatives who oppose military aid to Ukraine will support spending whatever it takes to defend Israel. This is why the Biden administration and some in Congress want to combine aid for Israel and Ukraine into one legislative package. Spending billions more to support military action in the Middle East and Ukraine will benefit the military-industrial complex. However, it will harm most Americans by accelerating the growth of the government's over $33 trillion debt. As the debt increases, the Federal Reserve will push interest rates lower and monetize the debt. This will lead to increased price inflation combined with economic stagnation and high unemployment. In other words, stagflation. Concerns over the government's debt and the Federal Reserve's enabling of that debt with easy money and low interest rates will lead to more challenges to the dollar's world reserve currency status. Increased resentment over U.S. hyper-interventionist foreign policy will also lead to changes to the dollar's reserve currency status. Saudi Arabia could even stop using dollars for its international oil trade. The end of the petrodollar would be the final nail in the coffin of the dollar's world reserve currency status. The end of the dollar's reserve currency status would mean the U.S. government could no longer run an empire abroad and an authoritarian welfare state at home. The question is not will the American empire end, but when and how. It should end deliberately, with Congress starting the process of restoring limited constitutional government by ending all foreign aid and bringing our troops home. When Israel was criticized by bombing an Iraqi nuclear plant it feared would be used to produce weapons, I defended Israel's right as a sovereign state to act in what it saw as its national security interest. I still hold that view. I believe Israel would benefit if the United States ends all foreign aid, since much of it goes to Israel's enemies. Foreign aid also gives the U.S. an excuse to engage in other forms of meddling. Ending U.S. interventionist foreign policy would allow the Israelis and Palestinians to find a way to a just and lasting peace. Thanks for listening.